Alright, so today is the Ghost Feast. Alright. You probably can't tell, but as soon as I came down off of my elevator over here, I could smell and I can see a haze of smoke in the air. And it's actually so much that up on the 12th floor of my apartment, I can smell all of it up there. So it's pretty hazy down here, but you probably can't quite see it that much. It's just a little bit hazy. So everybody's down here hanging out and chilling. And today is the day of the Ghost Feast. It's the 15th day of the 7th lunar month. And essentially we've got all this food and ooh, thunder. Must be the ghost talking. So food with the incense and everything like that. And then of course there's this stack. And this is paper money. And what paper money is money that's been printed by the temples in Taiwan. And essentially you burn them in these burn barrels. And when you do that, that money goes up to your ancestors in the afterlife. They don't quite have like the Western or Christian concept of a heaven and a hell. But obviously there is donations being given over to the temple through ways of buying sacrifices, buying incense, and buying this money, which is really nothing more than monopoly money that's printed out by the temples, and then you go and you buy a stack for, however much money. But outside of everybody's house, they're all setting fire. All day this city's gonna be smoking. And this happens at the beginning of almost every lunar month, where on the first day of the lunar month you have to go and say, you gotta give props to the family that's died in the past. So you go and burn paper money or burn incense at the temple or pray and things like that. Now, why do we do this? What is the point? Why? Right? So here's why. After your family dies in this life, they move on to the afterlife, where they join the rest of your family. And there, with the rest of the family, they have to keep living in the afterlife. It's just like this life. You need money to live. You need food to live. You need a place to live. So people will even go and, burn paper clothing. They'll burn paper houses. All these different things through the burning process are transmitted up to your family and to other people. Now, why today? Why is today the feasting day? Today's the ghost day. Even though and look, huge stacks of money. Just mad paper money going up to the family. And part of it's an opulence thing here in this life, but other parts of it are, legitimate religious. We want to take care of our family, whether it's down here on earth or up in the heavens. So, we do nice things for them at this time every year. So essentially what this all means is on the 7th lunar month and the 15th lunar day, we go and we burn all this stuff to hook up our family in the afterlife. Now, I haven't gotten a real answer as to why people in the afterlife need clothing and money and food and houses, and yet they can't seem to find jobs up in the afterlife. Nobody's been able to quite explain that to me so far. But it kind of just goes back into reminding us all about our family obligations in this life and the next life, and how we need to take care of our family. So it's actually, while partially it's a morbid concept, it's actually kind of really nice, and they do this throughout the year. They'll have a tomb sweeping holiday where you go and clean the graves once a year. They have this festival, they have another one in the spring, they have another one in the autumn where you're still sacrificing up to the family, but you're not actually interacting. Today's the day we interact. Today's the day where the gates between the afterlife and this life are open, and the ghost can pass down and be among us. So this is where our family that's gone and dead has the ability to really come back to us. And in doing so, like with any family member that we haven't seen in a long time, we want to treat them well. So we feast, we give them all this stuff, and you know, we give them some props. So the funny thing about it are the few other sides, like you don't want anything in with your sacrifices that reveals where you live or what your address is, because the last thing you want are these relatives showing up and banging down your door, you know, all the time. I mean, let's face it, there's a lot of dead relatives out there, and not all of them are so cool. You know, it's nice to call first. So that's a big part of it. You don't want anything revealing really where you are or anything like that. Your family is important, but your domicile is not, because all these ghosts are running around right now. And who's to say how many of these ghosts are gonna go and be cool, right? Everybody's got that dickhead cousin or uncle, right? And even maybe they're not in your family. I mean, the gates are open right now. Any of these guys could come out and play. So it could be, you know, some other ghost who's just a malicious prick who doesn't have any family left, and their family doesn't do anything for them. So what they have to do now is go and mess with you and your family. You know, it's the same as here in life. Everything in life is as it is in heaven, with, for whatever reason, the exception of employment, where I still can't figure out why these people can't find jobs. But that's basically it. That's my take on the entire ghost holiday. In Taiwan, it lasts for the entire 7th lunar month. In most places in Asia, it's only on the Ides of that month. It's only on the 15th of that month. So here in Taiwan, they'll be ghost aware for the whole 7th month. In mainland China and Malaysia and all these different other countries, Vietnam, they're really only aware of it and worrisome about it on the very day that it happens. So that is basically the concept of the entirety of this ghost festival, this feast, this ghost month. Thank you for watching. I hope I can show more cool stuff like this in the future.